Welcome back to Gods and Heroes Unveiled, where we uncover the epic myths of ancient Greece. Today, we're ascending Mount Olympus to meet Zeus, the king of the gods, ruler of the skies, wielder of thunder, and a figure as mighty as he is flawed. From his dramatic birth to his reign over gods and men, Zeus' story is one of power, rebellion, and legacy. Ready to feel the thunder? Then hit that subscribe button, and let's dive into the tale of the Olympian king together. 1. The origin of Zeus. Zeus, the thunderous heart of Greek mythology, didn't rise from a peaceful cradle. His origin is a saga of chaos, betrayal, and survival. Born as the youngest child of the Titans Cronus and Rhea, Zeus entered a world ruled by fear. Cronus, warned by a prophecy that one of his children would overthrow him, swallowed each of his offspring at birth: Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon, trapping them in his belly. Rhea, desperate to save her last child, defied her husband when Zeus was born, setting the stage for a cosmic rebellion. Rhea's plan was cunning. On Crete, in a cave on Mount Ida or Mount Dicte, depending on the tale, she gave birth to Zeus in secret. Instead of handing him over, she wrapped a stone in swaddling clothes and fed it to Cronus, who swallowed it whole, none the wiser. Zeus was spirited away, raised by nymphs or the goat Amalthea, whose milk sustained him. Some say the Cuorides, warrior dancers, clashed their spears to drown his cries, hiding him from Cronus' wrath. This wasn't just a birth, it was a spark, a promise of upheaval. His lineage tied him to the cosmos dawn. Cronus and Rhea, children of Uranus, Sky, and Gaia, Earth, ruled the Golden Age, a time of Titan dominance. But Cronus' paranoia, he'd castrated Uranus to seize power, mirrored his father's tyranny. Zeus, though a Titan's son, carried Gaia's blood too, a mix of primal might and Earth's resilience. Raised in exile, he grew strong, his destiny whispered by the fates. He'd topple the old order and claim the heavens. The cave on Crete wasn't just a hideout, it was a crucible. Myths painted as a sacred space, guarded by bees or eagles, where Zeus matured into a god of unmatched vigor. His name, from the Greek Zu, links to sky and shine, a hint of his future as Stormlord. Unlike his siblings, trapped and powerless, Zeus knew freedom and plotting. Rhea's defiance birthed more than a son. It birthed a revolution, her love a shield against Cronus' hunger. Zeus' origin reflects Greek themes, cycles of overthrow, the clash of generations. Uranus fell to Cronus, Cronus to Zeus, a pattern of sons toppling fathers, power shifting with blood. His upbringing, shrouded in nature, nymphs, goats, mountains, grounds him in the wild, a contrast to the Olympian throne he'd claim. The stone Rhea used, later called the Omphalos, became a relic, some saying it marked Delphi as the world's navel, tying Zeus' birth to cosmic order. His siblings' fates fueled them. Swallowed whole, they lived in Cronus' gut, undigested, alive, yet imprisoned. Zeus wasn't just a child, he was their hope, the one who'd free them. Gaia, his grandmother, often plays a role in tales, guiding him with her ancient wisdom, her grudge against Cronus driving the plot. His origin wasn't serene, it was a ticking bomb, a god forged in secrecy and survival. This beginning sets Zeus apart. Not born to rule like Odin, nor crafted like Athena, he clawed his way from the edge, his birth a rebellion seed. The cave, the stone, the nymphs, they're symbols of a king who'd wield thunder not just to command, but to conquer. As we'll see next, Zeus didn't stay hidden. He rose, lightning in hand, to claim his crown and reshape the world. 2. Zeus' rise to power and reign. Zeus' rise to power wasn't a gentle ascent. It was a thunderous upheaval, a war that shook the cosmos and crowned him king. From his hidden birth, he emerged not as a fugitive but a liberator, driven to free his siblings and topple Cronus. His reign, once secured, was a storm of authority, love, and chaos, his lightning bolts ruling gods and men from Mount Olympus. This is the tale of how Zeus seized the throne and held it, flaws and all. The Titanomachy, the war against the Titans, was his proving ground. Now grown, Zeus returned to challenge Cronus, armed with a plan from Gaia or Métis, the Titaness of cunning. He tricked Cronus into drinking a potion, some say wine laced with mustard, others an emetic from Gaia, forcing him to vomit up his siblings. Out came Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon, alive and enraged. United, they declared war, Zeus at the helm, his leadership forged in exile. The Titans, led by Cronus and Atlas, fought back, their might earth-shaking. The battle raged 10 years, a clash of primal forces. Zeus freed the Cyclopes and Cinemanes, monstrous allies imprisoned by Cronus, from Tartarus. The Cyclopes forged his thunderbolts, weapons of searing light, while the Cinemanes, hundred-handed giants, hurled boulders. Titans like Oceanus stayed neutral, but Atlas bore the brunt, his defeat sealing their doom. Zeus' bolts scorched the earth, and when victory came, he banished the Titans to Tartarus, Atlas condemned to hold the sky, a king born in battle. With Cronus gone, Zeus divided the world with his brothers. Poseidon took the seas, Hades the underworld, and Zeus claimed the heavens, his throne on Olympus a golden perch above all. His reign began with order. He married Métis first, but swallowed her when prophecy warned their child would outstrip him, birthing Athena from his skull. Hera, his sister, became his queen, her jealousy a constant storm. His rule wasn't static. It was alive with lovers, mortal and divine, fathering gods like Apollo and heroes like Heracles. Zeus' power was thunder and law. His bolts struck rebels like Typhon, a monstrous challenger he buried under Mount Etna, or the giants in the Gigantomachy. He judged mortals, his eagle delivering decrees, his scales balancing fate. Yet his reign was chaotic. Affairs with Io, Europa, Leda sparked Hera's wrath, birthing tales of transformation and vengeance. He wasn't just a king. He was a force, his passions as wild as his storms. His deeds shaped myths, freeing Prometheus from Pandora's aftermath, only to chain him for stealing fire, showed his justice and cruelty. Leading the Olympians against threats, he was their anchor, his charisma binding fractious gods. Mortals revered him, temples like Olympia's, with its colossal statue, echoed his glory. Yet his flaws, lust, temper, mirrored humanity, making him relatable, not remote. His reign wasn't unchallenged. Prometheus defied him, mortals like Sisyphus tricked him, and Hera plotted behind his back. Ragnarok wasn't his fate. Greek gods didn't face doom, but rebellion simmered. Still, he held the throne, his lightning a scepter no one could wrest away. His rule blended might with mercy, chaos with order, a king who thundered and loved in equal measure. This rise and reign defined Zeus, rebel turned ruler, a god who fought for power and wielded it with a stormy hand. As we'll see, his legacy didn't fade, it struck deep, a bolt that still lights the world. 3. The Legacy of Zeus. Zeus' legacy didn't dim when his thunder quieted, it roared through time, shaping Greece and beyond, a king whose reign echoes in stone, story, and soul. From Mount Olympus, he left a mark not just as ruler, but as a symbol of power, justice, and the messy humanity of the divine. His tale, from rebel son to cosmic sovereign, endures as a cornerstone of Western imagination. In ancient Greece, Zeus was everywhere. Temples crowned hills. Olympia's housed his gold and ivory statue, one of the 7 wonders, a 40-foot marvel by Phidias. Dodona's oracle, with its whispering oaks, channeled his will, priest reading rustles like thunder. Festivals like the Olympics honored him, athletes swearing by Zeus Horkios, oath keeper. His eagle soared on coins, his bolts carved in marble, a god woven into daily life, from prayers to politics. His myths fueled culture. Hesiod's Theogony and Homer's Iliad cast him as creator and arbiter, leading gods at Troy, balancing fate. His loves, Europa's bull, lead his swan-spawned dynasties, linking mortals to the divine. Heroes like Perseus and Heracles, his sons, carried his blood, their labors his legacy in action. Art captured him, vases show him hurling lightning, statues his stern gaze, a king both regal and raw. The Romans remade him as Jupiter, their sky god, his temples dominating Rome. His eagle became their legion standard, his authority their empire's spine. Virgil's Aeneid nods to his power, a Greek king reborn in Latin. As Christianity rose, Zeus faded, but his thunder lingered. Think God's wrath and storms, a distant echo of his bolts. The Renaissance revived him. Painters like Rubens depicted his affairs, Danae's golden reign, Ganymede's ascent, blending lust with majesty. Poets like Milton wove his might into Christian epics, his rule a foil to new gods. His name entered science, Jupiter, the planet, shines as he did, its moons named for his lovers. Zeus became shorthand for supremacy, his lightning a spark in language. Today, Zeus thunders on. Hollywood * clash of the Titans *. Hercules cast him as patriarch, Liam Neeson's growl a modern bolt. Games like God of War pit players against him, his flaws a villain's edge. Books by Rick Riordan weave him into teen quests, his DNA and demigods. His symbols, eagle, oak, thunder, adorn logos, tattoos, a king reborn in pop culture's pantheon. His legacy's depth lies in meaning. To Greeks, he was order's champion, toppling titans, enforcing law, yet his affairs and temper mirrored mortal chaos, making him kin, not aloof. His justice, harsh but fair, shaped myths like Prometheus' chains or Sisyphus' rock. Philosophers like Plato wrestled with him, his power a debate on divine right. His fatherhood writ large, stern, flawed, fertile, a god who ruled by being human. Archaeology ties him to Earth, Crete's caves. Olympia's ruins whisper his birth and reign. His myths reflect Greece, a land of storms and olive groves, needing a sky god's wrath and bounty. Modern Greece honors him, his name on streets, his face in museums, a king who never left. Zeus' legacy is electric, a spark from a cave that lit the heavens, a rain that birthed gods, heroes, and ideas. From ancient altars to blockbuster screens, he remains the king, thunderous, passionate, eternal, a bolt that still strikes the heart of mythology. Outro. That's the electrifying tale of Zeus, from his rebel birth to his stormy reign and timeless legacy as king of the gods. What's your favorite Zeus moment? Toppling titans or hurling thunder? Drop it in the comments. If you loved this dive into Greek mythology, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more epic tales. Thanks for watching Gods and Heroes Unveiled. See you next week for another legendary journey.